Cauchy's root test or root test. Again, this test is also used to check whether the series is convergent, divergent. So in this case, what we do is, if summation un is a positive series, then to check its convergence or divergence, first of all, we calculate the value of lambda, where lambda is equal to limit n tends to infinity, un to the power 1 by n. If the value of lambda is less than 1, then we say that summation un is convergent. If lambda is greater than 1, then we say that summation un is divergent. And if the value of lambda is equal to 1, we say that the Cauchy's root test fails. So let's take the first problem. Find the nature of the series summation n from 1 to infinity a power n square multiplied with x power n, where the value of a is less than 1. So now in this case, the value of un is equal to a power n square, which is multiplied with x power n. So now here, how do you calculate the value of lambda? Lambda is equal to limit n tending to infinity un to the power 1 by n. That's equal to limit n tending to infinity. The value of un here is a power n square, which is multiplied with x power n. This one with the power 1 by n. So that will be equal to limit n tending to infinity a power n square divided by n into x power n divided by n. Now that's equal to, you can see that you get x power n by n here, that's nothing but x power 1. X power 1 can be taken out of this limit because limit is for variable n here. So x will come out. You get limit n tending to infinity a to the power n square by n, that is equal to a power n. Now what is said about the value of a here? The value of a here is less than 1. If the value of a is less than 1, then as n approaches infinity, what will be the value of a power n? It has to be equal to 0. You can take any value and check your answer. If you take, say, a as 1 by 2, then you get 1 by 2 power n, where n is approaching infinity. So what should be the value of this limit over here? It has to be equal to 0. So you get x into 0, which is equal to 0. Now since the value of lambda is equal to 0, which is less than 1, you can say that the series summation un converges. Let's take the second one. Discuss the convergence of the series summation n from 1 to infinity 1 plus 1 by n power n square. So here un is clearly 1 plus 1 by n power n square. So we calculate the value of lambda, which is equal to limit n tending to infinity un power 1 by n. If this is un, this one's power 1 by n. So this n square will be cancelled with this n. So you get limit n tending to infinity 1 plus 1 by n power n. As n approaches infinity, this limit takes a value what? I have already given this standard limit value. The value of this particular limit will be equal to e. Since the value of this limit is equal to e, which is greater than 1, we say that summation un diverges. Third one, test for convergence of the series summation n from 1 to infinity 1 plus 1 by root n to the power minus n power 3 by 2. So here un is equal to 1 plus 1 by root n to the power minus n with the power 3 by 2. Now n power 3 by 2 is also equal to n power 1 into n power 1 by 2. So you can write this n power 3 by 2 also as n which is multiplied with n power 1 by 2, which is equal to root n. So what do you get the value of un as? Un will be 1 plus 1 by root n to the power minus n root n. So now let's calculate the value of this limit n tending to infinity un power 1 by n. So that will be limit n tending to infinity, the same term with the power minus n root n by n. N and n will cancel. So you get minus root n here for the same term. Now we know the value of this standard limit, that is limit n tending to infinity 1 plus 1 by n power n. What is the value of this limit? This limit takes a value e. Now here instead of n, what you have is root n, and you have the same term over here. So this limit also will take the value e. So please note what I have done is I have rewritten this limit as limit n tending to infinity 1 plus 1 by root n to the power minus root n becomes limit n tending to infinity 1 plus 1 by root n whole power root n. So here what will happen is you get 1 divided by limit n tending to infinity of 1 plus 1 by root n to the power root n. I have already given this formula over here. So if you use this particular formula for this denominator here, what I get is 1 divided by this limit takes a value e. So your value of the limit will be 1 by e, which is less than 1. So you can say that summation un converges. So please remember this form here. That is, once you get this form, that is 1 plus 1 by root n to the power root n, you can always use this formula and get the answer of this limit as e. Next one, discuss the convergence of the series summation n from 1 to infinity n plus 1 power n divided by n power n plus 1 multiplied with x power n. So here un is equal to n plus 1 power n divided by n power n plus 1, which is multiplied with x power n. We can simplify the first term over here. You have n plus 1 power n divided by n power n into n power 1. If I take n power n here, then I can club it with the numerator term, which is n plus 1 power n. So if I do that, I can rewrite the value of un also as n plus 1 divided by n whole power n. And what will remain now? Here in the denominator, I have n power 1, which is nothing but 1 by n into x power n. So by taking this value of un, I can calculate the value of lambda. So limit n tending to infinity, un power 1 by n will be limit n tending to infinity, n plus 1 by n power n divided by n, this term, n by n, then 1 by n power 1 by n into x power n by n. So now n by n is 1, here also n by n, this is 1. So what I will get is limit n tending to infinity, n plus 1 by n. This term will be 1 by n power 1 by n into x power 1. I can take x out. So I get limit n tending to infinity, n plus 1 by n. Then also I will get limit n tending to infinity, n tending to infinity 1 by n power 1 by n. Please note this is equal to x into limit n tending to infinity. If you split the limit, you get n plus 1 by n into limit n tending to infinity 1 by n whole power 1 by n. So now this particular term over here, I have written it as limit n tending to infinity 1 by n power 1 by n here. Now this is x. What will be the value of this particular limit? As n approaches infinity, this becomes infinity, this also becomes infinity. So I get infinity by infinity over here. So you can use L'Hopital's rule. If you use L'Hopital's rule, differentiate the numerator, I get 1. Differentiate the denominator, I get 1. So the value of this particular limit becomes 1. So I get x into 1. And what is the value of this standard limit, that is limit of 1 by n power 1 by n as n approaches infinity? Please note the value of this particular limit. This particular takes a value as 1 as n approaches infinity. Limit n tending to infinity 1 by n power 1 by n. This particular limit takes a value 1 as n approaches infinity. You can check how that is. That is, if you take limit n tending to infinity, what will you be actually getting here? You get infinity to the power 1 by infinity. 1 by infinity is equal to 0. So you get 1 by infinity power 0 over here. You can solve this standard limit by using L'Hopital's rule, which you have learnt in the last semester. So please remember the value of this particular limit is equal to 1. So this limit takes a value 1. This limit also takes the value 1. So I get the value of lambda here as x. Now if the value of x is 1, summation un converges. If x is greater than 1, summation un diverges. And if x is equal to 1, the test fails. Here what you have to remember is this standard limit value. This is important here. Let's solve the next one. Test the convergence of the series summation n from 1 to infinity n plus 1 by n power n square multiplied with 1 by 3 power n. So here un is equal to n plus 1 by n power n square, which is multiplied with 1 by 3 power n. So if you calculate limit n tending to infinity un power 1 by n, what I get is this term with power 1 by n. So I get n plus 1 by n power n square divided by the power n, and I get 1 by 3 power n by n. Now what is this value? 3 power n by n is equal to 3 power 1. So I get 1 by 3 over here, and here I get limit n tending to infinity n plus 1 by n square and n you can cancel, so I get n here. Now this is equal to 1 by 3 into n plus 1 by n. So dividing this numerator by n, I get n by n, that is 1 plus 1 by n. So I get again this standard limit, limit n tending to infinity 1 plus 1 by n power n. So this limit takes a value e. So I get my answer as e by 3. Now e by 3 is less than 1. So I can say that summation un converges. Test for convergence of the series summation log n power minus 2n. Un here is equal to log n power minus 2n. Then limit n tending to infinity un power 1 by n will be limit n tending to infinity log n power minus 2n by n, which will be limit n tending to infinity log n power minus 2. Now that's also equal to limit n tending to infinity 1 by log n whole square. But what is the value of limit of log n as n approaches infinity? That's equal to infinity. So now here I get 1 by infinity, but what is the value of 1 by infinity? That will be 0. So this value is definitely less than 1. So we can say that summation un converges. Here what you have to remember is this standard limit value, limit of log n as n approaches infinity is equal to infinity. Let's take the next one. This is one of the important problems. Discuss the nature of the following series 1 by 2 plus 2 by 3 into x plus 3 by 4 whole square into x square plus 4 by 5 power 3 into x cube and so on, where the value of x is greater than 0. Now here, normally what we do is, we look at each and every term here and we try to write the value of un. So now, if you directly start from the first term and if you consider all the terms over here, you will not be able to get a value for un. So what we have to do in this particular case is, we have to leave the first term to get the value of un. So what we do in this case is, we assume that our series is starting from this particular term, that is 2 by 3 into x. So we leave the first term over here. So we take that our first term over here is, or the value of u1 is 2 by 3 into x. Then what will be u2? u2 will be 3 by 4 whole square into x square plus the next term u3 will be 4 by 5 whole cube into x cube. Like that we will have to continue. Please note this is done so that we can get a standard value for un. So we leave the first term here and we take the remaining terms for the series. And leaving the first term will not affect the convergence or the divergence. It's a standard property of convergence and divergence. So we leave the first term here and we start taking the terms from the second term onwards. So this is u1 now, this is u2, this is u3 and so on. So now by taking all these values, you can write the value of un, because for u1 it was 2, that is 1 plus 1, and here I got 1 plus 2 to the power n into x power n. So by considering all these terms, I can write un value as n plus 1 by n plus 2 whole power n, which is multiplied with x power n. So now I can immediately get the value of limit n tending to infinity un power 1 by n, that will be limit n tending to infinity n plus 1 by n plus 2 to the power n by n. So here n and n will cancel. So I get this term over here, and of course x power n by n will be nothing but x. Now I get x over here, because what will be the value of this limit as n approaches infinity? That will be x into limit n tending to infinity n plus 1 divided by n plus 2. If you solve this by using L'Hopital's rule, first of all I get infinity by infinity form. So if you solve it, I get 1 here, and here also I get 1 after differentiation. So I get x into 1. So my answer for the limit will be equal to x. Now if the value of x is less than 1, I can say that summation un is convergent or summation un converges. If the value of x is greater than 1, summation un diverges. If x is equal to 1, test fails. So in this particular problem, please remember, while taking the value of un, please start from the second term. You will have to leave the first term in order to get the value of un. Let's take the next one. Discuss the nature of the following series. The terms here are 2 square divided by 1 square minus 2 by 1 whole power minus 1 plus 3 cube by 2 cube minus 3 by 2 power minus 2 plus 4 power 4 by 3 power 4 minus 4 by 3 power minus 3 and so on. So now if you continue like that, this is the value of u1 here. For u1, what did you do here? You wrote 1 plus 1 whole square. Here you wrote 1 square minus 1 plus 1 divided by 1 to the power minus 1. So for u2 here, you have taken 2 plus 1 power 2 plus 1 divided by 2 power 2 plus 1 minus 2 plus 1 divided by 2 whole power minus 2. And this is the term for u3. So if you consider all these three cases here, you can immediately write what should be un. Un must be n plus 1 power n plus 1 divided by n power n plus 1 minus n plus 1 divided by n whole power minus n. Please note the terms here and get the value of un. So now after this we get the value of limit n tending to infinity un power 1 by n. So if you calculate that, you get this particular term with the power minus n divided by n. So I get this particular term with power minus 1. Now this is also equal to here n plus 1 divided by n. I can divide both these terms in the numerator using n. So I get n by n, which is 1, plus 1 by n whole power n plus 1 minus here also dividing both these terms by n. I get n by n, which is 1, plus 1 by n. So this is the term which you get here, and in the power you will be getting minus n by n, so it is minus 1. So now in the next step, what I can do here is, out of these terms over here, I can take 1 plus 1 by n out. So if I take this particular term outside, what will I get? I get this particular term, but with this particular power, which is minus 1. So I get 1 plus 1 by n power minus 1, and I get this term as well as this term here. So I get 1 plus 1 by n power. Please note, in this one term has been taken out, so n will remain, minus this term has been taken out, so I get 1 with the power of minus 1. So please note this step. Here what I have done is, out of these two terms, I have taken 1 plus 1 by n out. But while taking that term out, please consider the power, which is minus 1. So this term comes out with the power minus 1. And inside the parenthesis, the remaining terms will be this term with power n. And here I get 1 with the power minus 1. So now let's solve this limit. So I get limit n tending to infinity 1 plus 1 by n power minus 1. What I have done is I have split the limit here. So this limit value I have to calculate into limit of 1 plus 1 by n power n minus 1 whole power minus 1. Now as n approaches infinity, what will be the value of this particular first limit over here? It will be, I get 1 plus, what is 1 by infinity? 1 by infinity is 0. So I get 1 power minus 1. What is 1 power minus 1? That's equal to 1. So here I get 1. This 1 is because of this first limit here. Please note the second term. For the second term, what will you get the value of the limit as? As n approaches infinity, we already know what is the value of this particular limit. What is the value of this limit? This limit takes a value e. And as n approaches infinity, what will be the value of this one? That will be 1 itself, it will not change. So the value of this whole limit here, this whole limit term over here will be e minus 1 with the power minus 1. So I get 1 by e minus 1 with the power minus 1, or it is equal to 1 by e minus 1. And the value of 1 by e minus 1 is less than 1. So I can write the conclusion as summation un converges. So please note this step here while substituting the limit for this particular term. So when you put the limit, you will have to use limit of f of x plus or minus g of x, which will be equal to limit f of x plus or minus limit g of x. So solve this particular limit first. It will take the value e minus the value of this particular limit is equal to 1. So I get the value of this limit over here as 1 by e minus 1, which is less than 1. Therefore, this is the conclusion.